Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Go. Again, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, because we are going to be posting things just randomly, whatever. So there's not a set day, a set time that used to be because the whole structure has broken down in the field, in our energetic field itself for the entire world. So it'd be good. So hit that so you're notified when we post things. And today we want to talk about, I've got to read it because Tracy had said something last time before I think whatever last time we were talking, and I started to do it, and some crazy shit's been going on. So we want to talk about the don't let my mind override what I know. And I'm going to throw it to Tracy because she's been doing this for a while. I'm new to it. So go ahead.
I don't know about that, but I do think it's a fascinating concept to start playing with. And like Renee said, how quickly you, first of all, become aware of it. Because our brain likes to go to logic and how it is and what this narrative is. And I think we can all agree, especially if you're listening here, we know stuff that is, the unseen, the beyond what is playing out in front of us now. We just have a greater truth that we know to be truth. So, on every topic, how miraculous the body is. And, let's use the one of, do allergies really exist? We should be symbiotic and compatible with anything that comes into our experience, whether it's liquid or food, if we are coming at it with a relationship of collaboration and synergy. And so to start just being aware in every circumstance of what we are told, what the story is as humans of how it works, and being listening to and being in tune with that greater truth, that inner knowing that is more, it's starting to be more prevalent, not only I think within people, but also the narratives are all changing. We changed the food pyramid, going back to, like there's disclosure about a lot of the toxins in our food and our water. And to me, I just see that as pathways back to purity. All food and water is pure by nature. So if the discordant energies don't have a foothold in energy fields anymore, they don't exist. Therefore, everything comes back into purity. I can take one tiny little subject and just go.
Which is awesome.
So anyway, I like to give examples so we're not just speaking in very vague concepts. But so pick, and if you guys, I would love, put something in the comments. Like, can you speak to this? I would love to do stuff like that. What's the perspective on this? Can you use that concept and apply it to this example of, life stuff? That'd be super fun,
Yeah,
actually. I would
would.
like to. So basically, we know, and we are knowing so much more with so much more clarity and so much more conviction, knowing from here, not here, coming from here, not here. Don't let this mind override what you know. And the more you just set the intention to let that be your navigation device, it happens. And then you're like, oh, right, I remember. Um, yeah, down to the point, because I'll share the funny story I shared with Renee. A lot of stuff was happening last night. I had this weird headache. I knew it was a brain reprogramming, reorganization. But what did my human do? Got up and took two Tylenol. And then when I'm telling Renee the story, it's like, why didn't you just eat some Skittles? Like it would have had the same effect, which is funny because I don't even like Skittles. I'm like, no, like M&Ms. Do something I like at least. Anyway, no.
Yes. I love that. And even as you were talking about it, I got really hot. Like I had to take off my sweater. I was cold, right, for so long. And I was we started talking about it. I was like, oh my God, I get really hot. I take my sweater off. But what was really cool was, like I said in the beginning, Tracy had said that statement, and I started to do that. And I was going to give you like what was happening for me so that people understand, like real shit's happening here, people, because I started to say, okay, don't, well, I actually was saying, please help me in not letting me and my mind override what I know. Now, I like Tracy, much simpler, like, don't let my mind override what I know. And hopefully I'll remember that one. But when I started to say that, some crazy stuff really started to happen, in my body where, I was, feeling things like, I can't even remember now. When it's like, once I say them, it's like they're just gone. And I told Tracy the story, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what was happening? But I do remember all these sensations in my body and things like, oh, I remember my neck unwinding, like it like literally was unwinding. And then my body itself talking, to myself, like, no, we need to just let this go. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was, we need to let it go. We need to allow this to, be free. And it's like that next piece of, like, last time we were talking about, say last semester, last time we were talking about not fighting, getting out of that fight mode. And this is almost like, it feels like it's that next little layer, and it's not layered. Trust me, it's not layered. Somebody's going to come right into this one and be, yes, this is what resonates. But the more I was saying, and the more I was thinking that, like, don't let my mind override what I know, the more things are happening in my body that are being released. Old memories, old triggers have been coming forward, old emotional stuff coming forward to be set free, not to hold on to be set free. And the more I was like, yep, just allowing that to go. I couldn't even, something happened, I couldn't even remember the next morning what it was that I was so aggravated about. So it really is interesting. We are clearing. So the more you're reminding your system, don't let my mind override what I know. Notice I have to keep looking at it. I have to keep looking at it. Like, that's still, clearly my mind's fighting it. But the more is actually happening, the more you will go into that remembering. And Tracy, it goes back to what you had said in the one thing. What were you saying? Do you remember? Like, and it was going back to us. Like, it was such a mind-blowing thing in the beginning. Do you remember that? Like,
Today, the
yeah,
truth.
yes, it was about the truth.
So yeah, I had these epiphanies, and this is part of what we're talking about. Something will come to me, and I understand it like I've never understand it before. And we've talked a lot about truth revealed, and they're absolutely being revealed in the external. All of the stories are unraveling and dismantling, which is great because they weren't based on truth. There was no foundation there. So it's very challenging sometimes to witness, but it is a necessary process to come back into wholeness. But yesterday, it just came to me, truth revealed within me. I had never seen, yes, truth will be revealed. Your truth is going to keep being revealed to myself. And again, we know this, but we are maybe unknowingly and resistant. And I got to throw in, Renaé and I came to a new let go to let's go. And I'm like, oh, what am I not letting go of? Because it's so, and here's your nice little buffer of disclosure of be compassionate with yourself. It's so big, it's not an obvious. These concepts and energies that we are discovering and moving through, they are not explainable. They are not to be put in words. So it's not like, oh my God, it was there all the time and I missed it, which it was, but it wasn't an obvious there all the time and I was missing it.
And I was just remembering. So if you start using that, if you start, saying that or thinking that, the don't let my mind override what I know that any little, like, pay attention to what you're feeling, and that's what I was doing. I said that, and I was like really stopping and letting my body feel what was happening, and then all sorts of crazy cool stuff happened. But as you were just saying that, I was like, oh, things are still releasing. And then, because I remembered I was having this twitch right here on my nose, like, how you would go like, oof, that like kept twitching like that, like, this morning, and that. And when you were talking, that, like, that was still happening. And I was like, oh, because we're talking about it and we're letting go. Just like when you said, what am I not letting go of? I was like, yeah, what am I not letting go of? And then I felt that again. So when you're feeling things, know that it's more that validation for you that this stuff is happening, like something that's happening. Don't discard it, because we're not, number one, don't name it. They're saying don't name it. Don't look for what it is. Just allow yourself to be gentle with yourself and let it go, because that's all it needs. It's in the field. it's no longer all the big process stuff. But know when you're feeling things, it's all related to exactly what, Tracy had said. You're recalibrating, you're overriding, whatever, like all the words you want to use for that, but you're coming back into harmonic conversion with yourself, your true self, that whole aspect of who and what you truthfully are. So that's all
Mm.
I got. What do you got? Anything?
The harmonic conversion with your true self. When it just, can you feel that? Like
Yes.
it feels so good.
Yeah. Stop and feel it, people. Like it really does. And even when you say, don't let my mind override what I know, stop and feel it. That's the key to anything and everything right now. Everything that you're saying and doing, stop and feel it. You will feel what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and then allow yourself to go back into your true knowing. Because the minute you think it starts to happen. So, and I love the whole like let go to let's go. Like, I love that. Like, yeah. All
Exciting
right.
times, exciting times. So
Yes. Very exciting times. Like, woohoo. All right. Anything else?
good day. That's it with me.
Good with me. So we'll say that together. Let go.
So
Let's
let's
go.
go.